Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever reached that point in your life? That moment where you've tried everything, you've given it your absolute best, you've worked until you couldn't work anymore, you've cried tears of frustration, and still, nothing seems to change. Nothing moves. And in that very moment, when your own strength begins to fade, when all your carefully laid plans fall apart, you realize something incredibly powerful. You were never meant to do it all alone. Because with God, even the impossible becomes possible. When life throws problems at you that you just can't solve, when doors slam shut in your face, and it feels like the whole world has turned its back, remember this one thing: God never leaves. Your friends might walk away. People might doubt you. But God, He stands right there beside you, even in your darkest, most difficult night. You see, when you depend only on your own strength, you'll eventually run out. It's inevitable. But when you depend on God's strength, you tap into a source of power that never, ever runs dry. The Bible says it perfectly in Isaiah 40:31. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. Now, that's not just beautiful poetry. That is pure power. When God steps into your situation, what was broken gets rebuilt. What was lost is restored. And what seemed completely impossible suddenly becomes your testimony. Let me remind you of something important. God doesn't promise us an easy life, but He does promise a purposeful one. Sometimes, the storm isn't there to destroy you. It's there to prepare you for what's next. You might be crying out, "Why, God? Why is this happening to me?" But God might be gently saying, "My child, I'm strengthening you for something far greater than you can imagine." Think about Joseph. He was thrown into a pit, sold as a slave, and wrongfully sent to prison. But that was the very path that led him to the palace. Think about David. He faced down lions and giants before he ever wore the crown, and Jesus himself was rejected, betrayed, and crucified before he rose in glorious victory. So if you're being tested right now, don't you dare lose faith. You're being trained. The pain you feel today is being transformed into your purpose for tomorrow. You cannot walk in faith and fear at the same time. It's impossible. One will always silence the other. The enemy, the devil, will whisper lies in your ear. You're not good enough. You'll never make it. That dream is way too big for you. But you've got to speak louder than those lies and declare, "With God on my side, I cannot lose." Faith doesn't mean you can see the entire path laid out before you. Faith means you take that first step, trusting completely that God will light the way as you move forward. Remember Peter? He boldly stepped out of the boat when Jesus said, "Come." And as long as he kept his eyes fixed on Jesus, he literally walked on water. But the moment he looked at the storm, at the wind and the waves, he began to sink. Don't let fear pull you under. Keep your eyes on God, because where He guides, He always provides. Sometimes, the hardest part of faith is simply waiting. You've prayed, you've worked, you've believed with all your heart, and still, it feels like nothing is happening. But let me tell you a powerful truth. God's delays are not God's denials. When it feels like nothing is happening on the surface, that's often when God is doing His greatest work behind the scenes. He's aligning the right people, He's opening the right doors, and He's preparing your heart to receive the blessing that is already on its way. So don't give up in the waiting room of life. Don't try to rush what God is still perfecting. When the time is right, what is meant for you will find you. And no person, no situation, no devil in hell can stop it. Maybe you've been through immense pain. Maybe your heart has been shattered. Your dreams have been crushed. Your faith has been shaken to its core. But hear me on this. God specializes in turning broken pieces into absolute masterpieces. When life breaks you, it is not the end. It's a setup for a comeback story. Moses thought his life was over, hiding in the desert. But that's where God called him to lead an entire nation. Rahab was labeled and judged by her past, but God used her to change the future. Paul was a man who persecuted Christians, but God turned him into one of the greatest preachers of the gospel the world has ever known. If God can use them, He can most certainly use you. It doesn't matter what your past looks like, what pain you've endured, or what failures you carry. God can still write a beautiful, powerful story through your life. So I want to leave you with this undeniable truth. You are never, ever alone. When you can't see the way forward, God is making one for you. When you feel like you have no strength left, God is carrying you. And when you think it's all over, God is just getting started. The very same God who parted the Red Sea, who raised the dead, who turned water into wine, is the same God working in your life right now. So hold your head up high, lift your hands, and declare this with power. I will not give up. I will not fear, because my God is with me. Believe it, live it, and let your life shout the message to the world. With God, all things are possible. Say it out loud with me. God is with me. Say it again. God is with me. Because when God is with you, you are never defeated, never forgotten, and never without hope. Keep the faith, keep believing, and keep walking. God's not done with you yet. Thank you for watching. If this message touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. God bless you.